There's 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Dishes it to Hill. There's a screen. Jumper off the screen. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Ajinca's got his first points in this one.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Laverne down low. Working on Ajinca. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Clearly a foul.
San Antonio shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And so he hits both.
And it's been a really good day for him at the line. Some other bigs have well-documented problems on their free throws. He's not one of them.
Here's Clark. Moore outside. There's the three. Green with the block.
Good shot blocker for his size. Danny showing great timing right there.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. Spurs lead. And now the second quarter. Ian Clark out there with E'Twaun Moore. Then there's Solomon Hill. Then there's Quincy Pondexter. And it's Ajinca in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Here's Laverne. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Moore passes to Ajinca. Here's Pondexter. He's covered by Gay. There's the screen, and DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
You know, Kevin, it's easy to forget, but Greg Popovich was almost fired by the Spurs back in '99. Rough start that year, under 500. The players caught wind that if they didn't win the next game in Houston, Pop would get the X.
Poked away. Laverne with the steal. For the finish, and Laverne throws it down.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
They are winning the battle in transition. Look for them to keep pushing the tempo.
That is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Ajinca. And amazing to think about an all-time great like Popovich being on the hot seat. His players went to the mat for him, though, didn't they?
Some huge performances by Tim Duncan, among others. They really came out to support Pop. The Spurs finished that season on a tear, going on to win the franchise first NBA title.
New Orleans with the ball. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. San Antonio also making some changes. Marcus Aldridge is checked in for Laverne. Leonard comes in for Davis Bertans. And Tony Parker is subbed in for Green. Got a piece of it. And here we go. Parker heading to the hoop. And the dunk by Parker.
And for Tony at this point, it's less about the speed getting up the court and more about the knowledge of where to go and what to do.
Davis with a screen on Parker. Crawford left side. Over Murray. And he can't bank that one in. Aldridge against Cousins. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Murray dishes to Aldridge. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. And Smitty, every NBA player who plays as long as you did has a moment where they realize Father Time has caught up with them. Was there a specific moment for you, for instance, when you realized that you had to retire or you were being asked to retire?
Hey, Kevin, great question. It happened all in one sequence.
Oh, really?
I was playing the power forward position. Imagine that. I started in this league as a point guard. I go to the power forward position. I step out to hedge on Jamal Crawford. He throws it through my leg and keeps it and lays it up. I look over at Bernie Bickerstaff, and he nodded and said, you know what, Smitty, it's time. And I said, golly, coach, in the game, in the middle of the game. But that moment, I realized the game was passing me by with these young guys. And me and Jamal Crawford has talked about it. It was one of those moments when I didn't even react. I knew my reaction skills were gone.
That's an amazing story. 6 to shoot. Davis setting the pick for Rondo. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
And Rondo with the tough contested jumper. Stayed focused on that one.
Here's Leonard. That one misses. Great tee that time from Davis. Crawford outside. Now the feed to Rondo. With the floater, and it's good on the way up.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
San Antonio calls timeout. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus. But they held each other accountable and played hard.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Saul comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Ginobili in for DeJounte Murray. Rondo kicks to Cousins. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Rondo. 1:22 left to play here in the half. Davis inside. He's covered by Leonard. Kept alive. The shot by Rondo is no good. San Antonio with the ball. They're on a 15-6 run. Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
In the zone, boy. Aldridge making it look easy.
Pelicans trail by 18. Davis with a screen on Parker. Rondo passes to Miller. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for New Orleans. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Darius Miller. Ejuan Moore comes in for Jordan Crawford. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass. Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
Spurs leading by 13. Outside Gasol. Aldridge kicks to Parker. Left side Gasol. Pass to Parker. He feeds it to Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, throughout his great career, Gasol has always been a frequent flyer at the free throw line.
Both free throws good from Gasol. Moore. The shot, no good. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs. Their lead at 5th. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. We saw LaMarcus Aldridge lighting it up in the first half. He ended up with 15 points, 2 block shots, and 1 rebound. There was a lot to like about his first 2 quarters in this one. Kenny, what was your take? And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back under.
Welcome back to New Orleans as we take a gentle cruise down the Mississippi River. Pelicans trail by 15. Outside Rondo. He kicks to Miller. Davis sets a screen. There's the dish to Cousins. Gasol knocks it away. The drive by Aldridge. And the dunk by Aldridge.
How many 7-footers do you know that can handle the ball like this? Aldridge all the way to the rack.
Cousins with a screen for Rondo. Feeds to Cousins. Davis. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Aldridge, no luck.
Just 1 for 4 since the break. They are looking for better efficiency on the offensive end.
And the call will be against Tony Parker. That'll be his second foul of the game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And the Spurs last season, how about setting the all-time record for consecutive winning seasons with 20? This is a group that's won 50 or more games in every one of those seasons except the strike-shortened one in '99.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Gasol with the steal.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Leonard dishes to Ginobili. Kicks it out to Leonard. Spurs working the ball around now. Crawford with the steal. Stolen by Ginobili. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Aldridge. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got his third assist on the night. Pelicans trailed by 19. And Greg, for the Spurs, they're so competitive. It's inevitable. They just win year after year.
Yeah, but that big three of Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili, the all-time winningest trio in the history of our league, had a lot to do with it. And as that era comes to an end, they're doing a terrific job of just picking up new star talent without skipping a beat. They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And here's a look now at the shot chart showing the field goals attempted locations for Aldridge.
And this is what happens when you are having a tremendous offensive game. They are getting great looks and knocking down shots all over the floor. I don't think we're going to see them deviate from this approach from here on out. They've got the recipe for success.
And the dunk by Aldridge.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Davis sets a screen. Clark the pass to Davis. Moore right side. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, but at least he's getting after it on the backboard, but got a little carried away on that one.
When you're assertive, when you're being physical, good things tend to happen, except for the foul calls.
Alexis Ajinça has checked in for New Orleans. Hill comes in for Davis. Clark kicks to Pondexter. Moore dishes to Clark. Now Pondexter. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Shot clock at 6. They set the pick. Passes it to Clark. Shot to stop the drought. Got a hand on it. And again, San Antonio running the court in transition. Shot's good by Mills. Mills has got his first bucket of the night. Steve, they say the defense wins championships. Talk about the value of communication on the floor when it comes to a team playing great team defense.
I think, Kevin, for fans and especially young kids out there, watch the great teams, the teams that are winning championships. They communicate. The teams that are not winning, you can see on the bench, not a lot of guys are talking. You don't see communication with players and coaches. The teams that win, they are constant chatter about making the right play and also criticizing each other, but constructive criticism.
Did you learn that watching other teams that were great as they were at the top of their game and you guys were a developing team and you were a developing player?
I think for me, at a young age, getting a chance to watch the Detroit Pistons, being from Detroit, hanging around Joe Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, and obviously the late, great Chuck Daly. They were in constant communication, and they won, so that helped me be able to develop my communication skills.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for Alexis Ajinça. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Rudy Gay's checked in for Anderson. Here's Green. Gay right side. Pass to Bertans. Back to Gay. Bucket is good. Gay's got his first basket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Clark kicks to Hill. Knocked loose. Mills with the steal. Here's Green. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
This is something Danny has been working on, putting the ball on the floor and taking it strong.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Free throw good, Green. Here's Clark to the inside. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
3 seconds left. It's not going to go for him. And so it's San Antonio, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll return shortly. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. We've got Solomon Hill, Ian Clark out there with E'Twaun Moore. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's Pondexter in at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. And Moore kicks to Davis. New Orleans moving it around. Just 5 on the clock. They set the pick. Clark for 3. Craps in the tray. Clark's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for New Orleans. San Antonio calls timeout. And with the new TV deals, we've seen players' salaries and caps certainly skyrocketing. What does that do in affecting relationships among the players, between the players, within a team?
I think, Kevin, when guys are happy, obviously with their salaries, they play better. But I think also it can affect sometimes, let's talk about it team-wise. You have a guy that's not playing at the level that you thought he would be playing. Because of the numbers, it's going to be harder and harder to move some of those guys. Then you have a guy that's playing better than a guy that's making a lot of money. He's going to expect, and some of these teams are not going to be able to play, so you're going to see a lot of movement. And I'm back in our day, Kevin, my day, you didn't see that much movement. Because of these skyrocketing salaries, I think now it's going to be more and more movement.
And Steve, with the new deal signed between players and the league, it'll be, I think, easier for teams that have drafted and developed a player now to keep that player and not lose them to more money to another team.
You're totally right. I think guys getting drafted and they can play, they will definitely be there for years and years because they can make the most money with their teams respectively.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Finding the man who broke free, the great vision of Pau Gasol making that play happen.
Davis setting the pick for Rondo. There's the pick. To the inside. And Davis can't get it to go.
And tonight he just hasn't been efficient offensively. That's a big reason why they're behind.
Here's Bertans. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
This is, and I think his coach would agree, unacceptable.
Comes in for Davis, and it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Bills with the steal. In transition, here come the Spurs. Makes it off the glass.
A proficient scorer out in space. Mills hustles up court, gets the look he wants.
Jackson passes to Crawford. Back to Jackson. Will it go? And Ginobili pulls it down. Spurs have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Gasol attacking. It's stolen by Ajinça. 3 on 3. Here's Diallo, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity.
There's a good screen. Crawford with the ball. Picked up by Ginobili. Diallo kicks to Miller. 6 on the shot clock. There's Crawford with the 3. A rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. Crawford with the steal. Over Ginobili. And the shot falls short this time. The Spurs have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. That one goes. Count it.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
There's Miller with the 3, and the Pelicans miss again.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for San Antonio.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you can hardly say this win surprised anyone with the season these guys have put together. Win after win all year long. What a record-breaking year this team has put together. A season for the record books.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for LaMarcus Aldridge.
What I like that he came ready to compete in this game, but he did it under control. Tremendous poise, never seemed to be in a hurry, just played the game the right way.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
Hill kicks to Pondexter. There's the triple. And it's Gasol with the rebound. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Anderson. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from Hill. Gay dishes to Murray. And there's Gay. That's good on the assist by Anderson.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean.
All right, David, thank you. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books.
Now I do what I want. Now I do what I want. Everybody know I'm better. Hey, yeah, I'm better. Hey, it don't matter. Hey, pockets fatter. Hey, nowadays I'm on my haters, they got sadder. Hey, that's money longer. Hey, different song, bruh. Hey, different producer. I can do anything and I won't lose her. She got right with a winner, left that loser. Hey, talk, boy, make me get my. Yeah, I sell my. Rocking them grills all the way till my tooth hurt. Oh, he cold? Well, I swear that I'm cooler. That ain't no Rollie. This is a Frank Mueller. Yeah, Frank Mueller. Boy, I start on the bottom. Made my way to the top. Boy, I'm gonna keep winning. No, I cannot stop. Remember, I had a little. Turned that to a lot. Always been 100. Put that on my block. Used to want that 4-door. Now I want that drop. Yeah, now I do what I want. 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 Now I do what I want.